I said I would show you how to find the center line of a bowl. Now, first of all, you'll need a nice flat true bat. Piece of wood's fine, not a problem. Nice perfect circle. If you can get a joiner to cut you a nice perfect circular piece of plyboard, that'll work just as well. And first of all, you need to find the center of it. So obviously you need to tap and get it in the center. Now, how you can do these things is by using tools like this, which will help you to get the center. So put that near to the center of there, and then so, as you can see, we would find the center using a gauge, if you like, or whichever method you prefer. But as you can see, the pencil tip is right on the center of that circle. So in that circle, then, you know that's the very center of this board. So once you've found the center, get yourself a ruler, a nice big long ruler, or a straight edge, as long as you know it's a straight edge, and score a line straight through the middle there, using a large compass for, if you will, for that the joiners use, and carpenters, or even a small school compass that your children might have lying around. For larger ones, I tend to use these, which are very handy. Can be picked up quite cheaply from eBay or any hardware store. Not that I'm promoting eBay, but first of all, you just draw lots of lines from the center going outwards, lots of lines at equal spacing all the way out. Now, once you've completed that, and these are just guides for you to help you when you're centering up with these things. I mean, people often, I've seen on the internet, people will draw these lines on to help them center, when they're not too, used to using the hands to center, or a rubber mallet, say, for heavier items. Once that's done, you will see I've got these score marks here and here. Now, these are for the different depths and widths, obviously. So, using a small compass, or even a large one, from the center of the line, anywhere you want, even there, the center of the line, roughly about 2 centimeters out, 2 to 3 centimeters, score yourself a new line. Then, without removing the center, turn it to the other side of the line and score there. Now, that's important because they are both equally apart. Now, you can do that on every other line going up, which will help you when finding the center lines of your other ones. You can go a little bit wider if it helps. If the item is slightly curved and things like that, you can come out to about 4 centimeters. You will figure it out for yourself once you try it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, those lines, they will help you. So if you look at it from above, you can see where it's in and where it's out. It just saves you time when centering. And again, this tool, if you lower your pencil down, will help. if you lower your pencil down, it will help you to see the inside line. And as you can see there, if you're turning it, it's absolutely there. Perfect. As you can see, it's perfectly in line. Now for the next step, as promised, to find the centre line. So this time round, you'll be putting the sharp end on the centre of the line where they cross each other. Place that in there and move your pencil in line with that centre line. And then you can move it up, so if you're looking from above it, you can see where the pencil is going to score the body. It's over on the line. So I would score one way and then going to the opposite side, score the other way. So for those of you that are pretty fast on figuring things out, I would repeat this process up and down the side here. So where these X's cross over each other, it falls in line with that centre. Now we know this is perfectly centred because we've already checked that, and it's perfectly flat. So we know it's perfectly in line throughout the centre of this model. So again, going back over to the same markers that we used before, you don't use different ones, same markers, you just adjust your compass a little bit, you can bring it down a little bit closer, you can put as many X's on as you want, that helps you. You don't have to put, you know, as many as me, you can put less than me if you're so inclined. And again, score another cross. So before I move it again, I move it up a little bit more, score another cross, move it around to the other side and do the other line. When it gets really tight in at the bottom, you just push your compass in and give it a score, nice and gentle. You don't have to dig your pencil tip in, you're just marking it. All you've got to do is just keep a firm hold on there, keep two hands on it if you want to. I mean, I'm even doing this upside down or back to front, as it were, so it can be done. Just put it in a little bit lower down again, do another one, move it over to the other side and do another one. As you can see, they're all starting to line up through the centre of those crosses. Now when you come to the top, again, score your line as best you can across the top. And again from that side, and then you just repeat the process from the other side. Another X there, using the same ring obviously as I've used on that side, and the same line markings at the same width apart because we marked them up earlier. Cross it in a little bit more, do a little bit more there, and a little more there. And again, as you can see, they are lining up through the centre. So again, you just repeat that process a little bit lower down, all the way down your model. And you can do this on cups, vases, anything cylindrical, as long as you can centre it on the wheeler. Obviously if it's square, you don't need to use this kind of a trick. Go down a little further, and a little bit further, and we have the line following it down. Now, you can use one of these things if you want to. It's quite a nifty little invention, like a bendy ruler, which allows you to contour the shape. So most of the time I will just freehand it through the smaller sections, which will help me join it up. So using the bendy ruler, following the line as best as possible. I mean, even these bendy rulers aren't perfect, but just a little bit of patience, a little bit of time. And you can get a really nice line up on there. As you can see, straight down that middle again. And again, on the other side, you can help yourself and give you a little guide just by freehanding one or two, just to help you line them up. When you're placing the ruler on, or your flexible straight edge. Some people use tape measure, some people use those plastic packing tape strips, the flexible ones. I've seen those used before to mark the lines out. And that goes straight across the top again. And then using your ruler, score directly through the middle. And as you can see, we have the seam line. Now that will be perfectly half of each side. Good luck, and any questions, please drop me a message and I'll see if I can help you. Thanks again, take care, bye bye.